Hello world, welcome back to another video from MiniPy projects. Let's imagine you have a function which performs a specific task when it was written. Now you want to make changes to improve its functionality, but we have a constraint that you cannot modify the original function. Now it's get little tricky to modify the function, isn't it? Let me introduce you to amazing concept named as Decorators, which will help us to achieve our goals. So let's get started. A Python decorator is a function that modifies the behavior of another function or method without changing its code. It is applied using @decorator name syntax.
So let's create an example for the decorators, how to use them. Let's imagine I have a function called greet_user. Greet_user. What this function do? It accepts the username and simply greet the user as hello user. Do nothing. If I call this function greet user as admin, let's suppose I run this, it's print me hello admin. It is pretty simple and straightforward. But what I want to update this greet function as in that manner that if the user is authenticate as true, I mean if the user is properly authenticated and it's a genuine user, then greet the user as hello. If the user is not genuine, is not properly authenticated, then it should not greet the user. It should say user is not authenticated. But the constant over here is I cannot make any of the modification to this function. This function would be isolated from any of the changes. So here decorators comes into the picture. Let's see if I create a function called user authentication. User authentication. It will collect this function as an argument. So I will write function and something over here. So just replacing the actual code with the ellipses for now. Now a question must be arising inside your mind that what this function is. So we will definitely figure it out why we have provided this function keyword over here. We will look into this. Now this function return inside wrapper function, or you can name it anything, but I have used the name as wrapper function. Let's create a wrapper function which will take two arguments, username and password. Wrapper function will be called by user authentication function. We will shortly gonna look into this. If I say if username is admin and password is 123, then we will print authentication is successful. This means that user what we are expecting is having the name as admin, and if user enters the password as 123, then we will assume that user is authenticated as genuine user, and we will print authentication is successful. Now our part is to greet the user. We will use this function and write like this function, and we'll pass username. Now the question might be seen that from where this function reference we are getting to greet the user, because greet user is a different function. So we will definitely assign this function into this, just checking if this condition is not satisfied. So we will return this function by printing let me correct the spelling from wrapper to wrapper for this function. Now as we have already seen, if I use this function greet user and pass the admin, if we call this function, the username would be admin and it print hello admin, right? But now what we're gonna do, we will not going to directly call this function. We will call this function user authentication, and we will pass greet user as an argument for this function. Now you can see when I call this function will get invoked, and inside this function, this is a parameter where I have passed greet user, a reference for this function, to this parameter as a function. Now I'm just taking the reference for this authentication as user and will use the user parameters admin 1 2 3. Now let's see and try to understand. I have provided user authentication method. I'm just calling this function and pass this parameter a function to the actual function, which is greet user. Now greet user function reference this function. It's not like that I have to write function keyword only. I can write anything. Let me rename as argument function. I have just renamed that function as an argument function. Now user authentication is taking a parameter which is a greet user referring to this function, and this greet user function is collected as a reference to this function, which is argument function. Now we will call this function over here. Now this function is nothing, just a greet function. This function is referring to the greet function, and this function is taking an argument which is username. Username is we are providing over here username and password to this function as an argument. So the wrapper function will have username as admin and password as 123. So argument function, which is a greet user function, we are passing the username into this, which is admin. So and ultimately the greet function is getting invoked with the argument of admin, and it will say hello admin if I call this function. So let me run this. Username as we have provided as admin and password is 123. So it says authentication is successful, as you can see over here. I just forgot to return this function. So by returning this function, it will be out of this function. So this line would not be executed. Let me run it again. See. So this authentication is successful over here. Now argument function, which is nothing, just a greet function, we call this function as a greet with a username as admin, and it says hello admin. If I change to any other name like Adam, what we are expecting, when we call this function, the authentication function will be invoked with the reference of greet user. The wrapper function will collect the two arguments as username and password. The username is Adam and password is 123. So username is not equal to admin. So this condition will get false, and if block will not get executed. So the control will directly land up over here, and it will print as authentication failed. Let me run it. See, it's saying authentication failed. So let me run this entire code in a debug manner, so you will get a better idea. See, the first we have user authentication. The function user authentication is a reference where we have provided a greet user. Greet user is the reference for this function. You can see it's a function with reference of greet user. Now user authentication method is called. Inside this argument function, you will see it is referring to a function which is having the name as greet user, and username what we have passed as Adam, and password is 1 2 3. So this if condition is getting false and it is printing the authentication field and it is exiting the code. Let me rewrite the username again, and this time the username is admin, the password is 123. This if condition is getting true, we print authentication is successful, and we will call from this point. We directly jump over this because argument function was just reference for greet function, and we have provided as an argument as admin as username. So greet function is called username as admin, and it prints hello admin and exit the function. So our output is authentication is successful, hello admin. So this is the user decorator and how we will be using decorators in further code. But here is some modification of the syntax. Instead of writing these two lines separately every time, generally Python decorators or any of the decorators are symboled using @ keyword. So we will use this modern syntax to use the decorators. So we will comment these two lines. Now what we are doing, we are passing greet user as an argument to this function. So we will use @ and this method. So what it denotes, we are passing greet user method as an argument to this method. This line is same as this line, would be this line, that we are passing greet user method as an argument to this user authentication. So once I run this, it will not make any of the changes in the execution manner. So to run this code, we will use greet user method and we will pass these two arguments. Now a greet method will call by itself. Once it start executing the greet user method, it will look does any of the decorator is present which needs to be called before calling this greet user, and it will refer that user authentication method should call first and greet user should pass as an argument inside this user authentication method. Let me again put debuggers and run it. You will see from this point that first greet user method is called, and before executing the code inside greet user method, user authentication method is called because it says called user authentication method first and pass greet user method reference as an argument to this user method, and all execution remains same as what we have discussed few minutes earlier. See, it's a print. It printed authentication is successful, hello admin. If I change the password as 1234 and again run this, it says authentication failed. So this is about decorators, and this is how we generally use decorators in our code. So let me recap it. Decorator are the functionality of the coding which help us to modify the code without changing the original function. It helps us to modify the code without changing into the original codes. In this example, greet user was original function which has the functionality to greet user only, but we just want to modify the function to authenticate first and greet later. So we add the decorator. With the help of decorator, we added this function. Now the entire code check the authenticity of the user. If the user is ticket, if the user is authentic, it will greet the user. If the user is not authentic, it will not greet the user. So this is all about decorators.